There's one. Got him. There's one. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're out here, and today we're on the Chattahoochee River. So today is actually pretty cold, pretty windy, and we're going to rough it out and see if we can't maybe find some giant bass. But also today's video is sponsored by Deep Dive. So if you guys do not know what Deep Dive is, it's basically a fishing app that helps you find fishing spots and shows you a ton of information on what the fish are eating, top places to fish, and pretty much everything you need to know. So today we're going to be using two of the new features, one being the wind, which shows you where the wind is pushing on the banks, which is very important when fishing the river, and also water inflow points, which basically shows you where creeks are on the river, and that is very, very important for river fishing. That's honestly where you catch the majority of the fish. We're also going to be looking at the top baits to throw, and today we're going to be throwing the crankbait, the jerk bait, and a creature bait, and that is going to be our main fishing lures to catch us some river bass. The cool thing about Deep Dive also is that it shows pretty much every lake in the country. So whatever lake is your home lake, you guys can actually go and find out the best bites, tournament patterns, all kinds of cool stuff. If you need to know anything about fishing, it is on that app. It is linked down below in the description. I'm going to show you guys it when we get to the first spot and how I'm going to use it today. But super cool app if you're looking to upgrade your fishing knowledge. That's the app for you. So it's a cold and windy day. We're gonna see if we can't maybe find some fish. I just have this itch to fish the river. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the river tomorrow. And then today got here and it's really cold and windy, and I was like, you know what? We're going. So here we are. We're about to go ahead, drop the boat in the water, and I'll see you guys at our first spot. All right, after a pretty cold run, we have made it to the first spot of the day. Goal here is to catch one right off the bat. That would be great. And then we're just gonna kind of explore the river today because it's super windy, and it looks like the water might be down. So let's go ahead and start making some casts. All right, we're gonna start off with the old square bill crank, one of my favorite baits. It is very cold and windy today, so I don't know how the fish are gonna eat. I'm hoping that they're gonna be pretty active, but you never know with the river. So the goal is to hopefully catch one right off the bat at the first spot to build some confidence, and then we can just kind of explore the rest of the day. So the spot that we're about to fish is a creek right here, which is basically a water inflow point that you can see on Deep Dive. So that is going to be our first spot of the day, and basically what this does is it basically just shows you where these kind of creeks are that have water coming in them and pushing bait fish out, and also shows you kind of where these drop-offs are. Plus, another really cool thing is we can see the wind pushing on this bank on the app, which is pretty cool because wind is going to be very important today when we throw around our spinnerbait. But yeah, it is pretty choppy out today. There's one. God, it's a decent one too. Got one. There we go. There we go. That's a good fish. Heck yeah. We will take that all day long. Dude, I mean, hit it like a truck. Smoked it on the little creek point where Deep Dive said that the water was inflowing. It's just the perfect area because when that water comes out the creek, it just sets up a perfect bait push. And these little bass, oh gosh, these bass will kind of sit off the edge and they'll wait and they'll just pick them off. Well, here we go, fish number one. We got ourselves a nice little spotted bass, nothing too crazy, but he absolutely smoked the crankbait, and that's a really good sign because Deep Dive said the crankbait was going to be getting bit, and this is just a really good area to be throwing it, especially with that water coming out of the creek. And they're hanging around. There's obviously going to be more here because this one, it took us like 4 or 5 casts when we got into the good spot. So they're hanging around. Let's get him back. Thank you, buddy. See ya. He's gone. That is a good sign because it's very windy, it's very cold, and the river is either on or off. So hopefully it's going to be a good day because I don't want to sit out here and freeze all day unless I'm catching fish. So we have one on the board at the first spot, so that's pretty good sign to me. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Just on the old Guggen Banger chartreuse color. They love it out here. The wind today isn't terrible. It's just that the fact that it's gusting like 23 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. So other than that, it's not bad. But I mean, it is pushing perfectly on this creek right here, so can't complain. There's another one. That one feels good. Oh my gosh, jeez. Oh, we're on him, baby. Oh, he's barely hooked. He is barely hooked. Get up here. That's a largie. We have a spotted and a largemouth. First spot. You gotta love it. Fish number 2. There we go. Fish number 2. Absolutely crushed it, man. They are demolishing the moving baits today. Nice little largemouth. Thank you, little buddy. Can tell he's definitely been feeding enough. Look at that belly. Heck yeah. See you, bud. And he's off. We also just had some rain too. And the cool thing about Deep Dive is with the water inflow thing, it actually shows you how heavy the water inflow is. So like if it's pushing a lot of water, it's a different color, and if it's not, it's like a lighter color. So we had a lot of rain, so this one's actually pushing a decent amount, plus we have the wind on this bank, so this is like a perfect little area to throw this crankbait. There's one. Is it? Oh my gosh, what the heck? It was one. I thought it was a leaf. Oh my gosh. New PB alert. I mean, what are you doing, buddy? Look at this. He's the size of the crankbait. The crankbait is fatter. He's wide. The crankbait's wider than the fish. Out here smoking them, first spot, new PB. I mean, we're just on them. It's crazy how bass are this tiny and can get up to like 10 pounds. I mean, look at this little guy. He looks like a shad. Oh, how did I know he was gonna do that? Where'd you go? Thank you, little buddy. Whoop. I'll catch you later when you're about 8 pounds. I'll see you in a few years. Well, that's number 3. First spot is a success. We didn't come out here and freeze for nothing. Let's go. Gotta love that. Man, it just feels good knowing that you can pull up to a spot and catch some fish. It's a great feeling. The fish are biting, which is kind of surprising. I thought it would be really slow today, but it seems like it's pretty solid. We already got 3 fish at the first spot, so not complaining there. We had 2 really nice ones. Nothing too crazy, but they put up a good fight. And then we just caught our smallest fish for the year, I think. There's one. Dude, smoked it. Oh my gosh. They are fighting extremely hard for the water temperature to be 55 degrees right now. They are biting really good today, which I thought was not going to be the case. I'm going to be completely honest. I thought it was going to be very slow since it was cold and windy, but hey, we're on them. Well, there we go. Fish number 4. Dang, we've cranked 4 off of the spot right here. Not a bad one. Nice little spotted bass. They're fighting extremely hard today for how cold it is, so can't beat it. Let's go ahead and get them back and keep catching them. Thank you, buddy. See you later. Dude, they are crushing the crank today. Not really what I thought I'd be catching them on. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought I was gonna be dragging a Texas rig all day long. So I'm pretty happy. We already have 4 fish first spot, and on the crankbait, which is like my favorite bait to throw on the river. All right, so we actually just cranked our first spot, and it looks like the water is pretty disgusting with all the wind pushing it. So we did pretty good. 4 fish at the first spot. is not a bad number, especially with the weather we're having. So I think what we're gonna do here is maybe go up river a little bit more and do some exploring, because usually I kind of hang around this area, but I kind of want to go further up and see if we can't maybe find something. But we have tons of lures to throw. I mean, we got the basics pretty much: Texas rig, jerkbait, crankbait, spinnerbait, jig. That's what we're working with today. We're gonna go do some exploring. I've never really gone too far up at this point, so we're gonna see if we can't maybe find something. All right, just made a little spot move. Never fished this bank before, so we're gonna see what happens. Let's see, we're gonna pick up the jerkbait for a second. I think this is gonna be really good today. Jerkbait, a little too many hooks right now. We need something a little less flashy. I don't know if I want to throw a crawl or spinnerbait. I think I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait. Let's see. Grab us a paddle tail. Okay, they're the same size. Cool. It'll work. We don't need anything too crazy. Got our all white spinnerbait, one of my favorite colors to throw. Usually every time I fish this part of the river, they absolutely love the spinnerbait, so could be a very good bait to toss around today. Especially with all this wind, I think we're gonna be able to catch a pretty good amount of them. That looks good. I also just love throwing spinnerbaits because you can see them come up and crush them. Especially today, the water clarity is actually pretty clean, which is surprising. I definitely was not expecting that. It's usually pretty dirty, but I'm not complaining. All right, let's put down the spinnerbait for a second. Let's pick up a bottom bait. Pretty deep over here. They might be sitting on the bottom, honestly, since it's so cold. We're here to find out. All right, we're gonna flip the jig around on all this structure right here on this bank. I'm trying to stay on the banks that don't have wind gusting 20 miles an hour at them, just because for my sanity, I prefer to not be pushed around 24/7 out here. So we're sticking to these little kind of like, I wouldn't say pushed off areas, but like the wind's blowing that way, so we're trying to stay on this bank line, let it block a little bit. That's a tree. Yep, can't catch a fish if you're not in the water, right? Got a fish. I think I just had a fish. I was sitting there texting and got bit. Doesn't that seem to be the thing that happens all the time? It only happens to me, I feel like. Every time I sit there and take 5 seconds to respond to a text, a fish just decides to pick up my lure. That might be a sign, though, that we need to slow down. Just drag this little jig on the bottom for those fish that are just kind of hanging around some cover, not wanting to do much. I don't know. We'll see how active they are on this bite. Oh, there's one. Got him. Got him. Smoked him. Oh my gosh, dude. They are insane today. It's actually crazy how cold the water is, but they are just going crazy on everything that we have. They are smoking it, and then they fight really hard. They just don't give up today. A nice little spotted bass. Look at that. His eyes like messed up on that side. Didn't affect him seeing my jig, though. I felt my jig just... Sun just whoop, took it. The spotted bass get really cool looking when it starts to get cold. I mean, check it out. See you, buddy. Thank you. On the jig, the crankbait, the jig. That's what's working today. It's good to know. That is really good to know. Sometimes it seems like when the weather gets colder, the fish in the river are more active than the ones at the lake. Maybe, I guess, because the fish are just used to that colder water year round. I don't know, but it seems like the river bite never really shuts off. I mean, it gets slow, but it never just stops. Like, they are constantly eating if you can find them in the cold. Which today we found them, but like whenever I set the hook on them, they just run. They just don't give up. They fight hard. They're not frozen, I guess you could say. So they're still pretty active. Which, like I said, I did not expect today to be this good. I was expecting it to be very slow. I was thinking we would catch 3 to 4 fish dragging a crawl or something, but first spot we caught 4 on a crankbait. So pretty solid day so far. Oh my God. Oh my God. In the tree, dude, he's big. Oh my God, as soon as it hit the bottom, he crushed it. Okay, not huge, but that is a good fish. Wow. Get up here. That was a sickie. Oh my gosh. I threw on like that little cut right there. And as I hit the bottom, I felt him pick it up. And I was in a tree. I just set the hook. I didn't even pull it out the tree. I was just like, all right, here we go. On the black and blue jig, barely hooked. I mean, he just popped off. That right there is a beautiful little largie. Wow. Look at that. He's even got like a little X on him right there. That's actually kind of cool. Wow. What a fish, man. In the brush pile. Dude, that is the craziest thing. Look at that. There we go. Fish number 6, I think. We're smoking them today. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Such a sick eat. Yeah. Right there on that tree limb, I cast it over it. As soon as it hit the bottom, I felt him eat it. I just set the hook. Jig can be a really good bait for this time of the year when it starts to get colder. It's just a nice little presentation down there, a little crawl, just slowly dragging it on the bottom. It's weedless. You can throw it up on all that junk, and the fish just love it. There's a few baits I feel like are like a all year round kind of bait, and this is just one of them. There should be one hanging over here in this tree area. Gotta be. A fish. Yep, that's a fish. Got him. I thought I had a tree. Another one, another decent one. Oh my gosh. That's a good fish. Get up here. Yes, dude. Today has been crazy. Wow. This is what I've needed for my confidence. Needed a bunch of fish. Beautiful fish. There he goes. See ya. All right, just had a little snack break. We actually drifted back down to our first spot where we were catching them on the crank, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I just kind of sat there, ate, and let it drift us. The wind pushed us down here. So we'll get to fish that again, and then we'll probably just continue to drift down the bank line, see if we can't maybe find some more fish. It seems like we've had a pretty solid average fish today. Like, besides that one tiny one, all the other ones have been pretty decent. Oh, that's a fish. Got him. Dude, they are crushing everything we got today, which, like I said, is very strange because I thought today was going to be very slow, but we have definitely found a bunch of cold water bass today. God, this fish is freezing. Not a bad one. A little largie. Look at that. Dang, dude, these fish are crazy looking. He's got some battle scars on him, especially up underneath his fin right there. See ya, buddy. Man, Deep Dive was not playing around. These are definitely the top baits. The crankbait and the jig. Gosh, how do you beat it? Alrighty, I'm not feeling this spot anymore, so we're about to make a little bit of a run. Alrighty, next spot, let's see what we can do. Oh, oh my God. Oh my gosh. That was so sick. That was crazy. That was crazy. Get up here. That's a good one. What just happened? What just happened? Oh my gosh, that was sick. That was so sick. Look how beautiful that spotted bass is. That is a nice one too. God, dude, that was such a sick eat. He followed it back up. I was about to make another cast and he smoked it. Man, they just get so beautiful looking at this time of the year, man. Look at the colors on that fish. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. That was crazy. That was so sick. See ya. Wow. Today has been insane. Definitely way above my expectations. I thought it was going to be very slow and kind of a struggle, but it seems like the fish are very active even though it's cold and the water temperature is 56 degrees. They don't seem to care. They seem to be very fired up and eating, so that is a good thing. Let's see if we can't maybe find some more. All right, gotta grab another trailer. Let me go ahead and show you guys my favorite trailer for the jigs. Let's see, where's that? Rattle and Chunk. I need the black and blue. Where you at? Where you at? It's in here somewhere. Blue Baby. Am I out? Oh, they're just right here. Okay, good to know, good to know. So right here, the Rattle and Chunk is my favorite because it's got a little rattle in there. It gives you a little bit of extra finesse, I guess you could say, for the winter time. And it's just the perfect jig trailer. I mean, listen to this thing. Sick, man. Plus, if you guys want to pick up any of the stuff we're tossing, you guys can use code Logan and save some money on all of your Googan stuff at GooganSquad.com. And it helps support the channel. Let's go ahead and put that bad boy on our black and blue juicy jig. And we'll get back up in there. Dang, we've caught some decent fish today too. Like I said, it seems like when it gets colder, the big river fish really start to get active. I want to know down below in the comment section if you guys are still hardcore fishing like me, where it's just cold and kind of miserable, but you just can't stop fishing. I want to know, what bait are you catching them on right now? Obviously today it's been the jig and the crankbait for us, but I'm sure there's different kinds of lures in different places that you guys are probably smoking them on, so let me know. See if we can't make something happen. Oh, that's a fish. What the heck? Oh, he just came up. Oh my God, he was good. He was a good one. He came back for it after he got off. What just happened, bro? What just happened? That was a good fish. I didn't even know I had one. Oh. That's a tree. That's a fish. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, she's hooked. Oh, I lost it. Dang it. It's okay, I don't even like this area. I'm about to move. It's a sign. It was a sign, all right? It said, hey, quit fishing over here because there's no fish. Move. That's exactly what we're about to do. All right, we were at the next spot. We're gonna grab a crawl out of here because I just broke off my jig. And I don't even know if I have any more with me, but hey, we'll throw a black and blue bandito bug. Something like that. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh, sprayed lettuce. Well, that's potential. Black and blue flake. We'll throw a mini one. I'm okay with that. Might be good for this water temperature. Probably close to an hour left to fish before it starts getting dark. And then I have to beat it back to the boat ramp because they lock the gates at dark. So I think after this bank stretch, we start heading that way. And then there's like a few spots on the way back that could be pretty good. But a solid day, not terrible, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a struggle, but it seems to be pretty good. We got around probably 10 fish, I think, something around that. Not bad at all, with the help of deep dive telling us what to throw, showing us them water imports. That's what I'm talking about. So we probably need to finish out this bank line and start to head back to the ramps. I think I'm about 20 minutes away, something like that. So we don't need to be locked in the boat ramp. I have a video to go home and edit. I cannot be locked. I gotta edit tomorrow's video. I cannot be locked in the boat ramp. That would not be good. I have a video to edit, and then I have a video to film tomorrow. We'll have to edit it tonight. It goes up tomorrow, and then I have to film tomorrow. So cannot be locked in the boat ramp. That's the main point. There's one in the tree. Come on, get out the tree. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get him. I don't even know if he's still on. I don't even know if he's still on. That was 100% a fish. He was yanking a rod out of my hand. I had him for a second. Just don't know if he got off. Fish? I do have a fish. There we go. I thought that was a tree. It's a fish. Whoa, he just like shot himself into the boat. Wow, that was impressive. Alrighty, there we go. I was a little slow there for a little bit, but the bandito bug always gets one. Nice, nice little guy to, we're winding down our trip today because the sun's going down, boat ramp closes at sunset, which means I probably should be heading that way, but we just got a bite, so I'm gonna have to finish out this bank, but not a terrible fish. Let's get him back. See you, buddy. Yeah, got a little slow. We put up this bank stretch, and I was like, this could be pretty good. And it's been pretty good. So pretty happy about that. Broke off our jig. Now we're working with a black and blue bandito bug, so can't go wrong there. A little cleanup. This is actually the junior size, so start heading back that way. I think as much as I want to just sit here and keep casting, we probably need to start heading back. All right, last spot of the day. I wanted to get us a little bit closer to the boat ramp because when it gets dark we need to get out of here. So we're gonna fish this bank stretch and then we're gonna head back to the ramp. So this is our last chance to catch a 10-pounder today, so I'm gonna need one to eat for me. All right, so as you guys can see, the sun is going down. It was honestly a pretty good day, surprisingly. I didn't think it was gonna be this good because it was so cold, but we ended up catching, I wanna say around 10 fish. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything bad. It was actually a good day. I'd call it a good day because the last time I went on the river, I caught one fish and I kind of got my butt kicked. So it feels good to come back and get some redemption and catch some fish. And a huge shout out to Deep Dive for sponsoring this video. If you guys wanna check it out, it'll be linked down below in the description. Tons of cool information if you're a hardcore fisherman like me and want to know more about fishing. There's literally everything on there. But solid day. Got the boat loaded up, about to head on out. It was pretty cold, pretty windy, but we still came out and put the hammer down on some fish on the jig, the crankbait, two of my favorites to throw on the river, and we smoked them. Good times, you know. It's always nice when you pull up to the river, it's cold, the weather isn't exactly how you'd want it, and then you go out and you catch fish. So can't complain. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Stay fishing.